culture, with the well-intentioned assistance of more than a few overly zealous feminists, has all but obliterated God's plan for a man and a woman. Some Christians totally ignore the concept of submission, whereas others read Paul's words as permission for husbands to dominate and or abuse their wives. Neither option, of course, is acceptable, and neither will create the loving and romantic relationship you desire. My approach to healthy relationships is often labeled as an old-fashioned, outdated notion about love and marriage. Some have suggested it's rooted in the 1950s or in the Victorian era, but it's much, much older. In fact, it's as ancient as Adam and Eve. Hello, I'm Dr. Debi. As a clinical psychologist, I worked with men in counseling for more than 25 years, sometimes individually, but often with their wives' participation. In the process, I learned a lot about a man's hopes, his fears, his dreams, and his disappointments. Now, I want to share that information with you. So let's dive in. Yes, we're going to talk about submission in marriage. One Sunday evening, I was dancing with some friends in a beautiful gazebo at one of my favorite outdoor venues when a park ranger appeared. Although the ranger's intent was to inform us that the park had actually closed 37 minutes earlier, he was simply standing there watching us in awe. A dozen couples ranging in age from 30-something to 60-something, enjoying a pleasant summer evening, engaged in an activity straight out of the 19th century. Perhaps it was just our Victorian costumes that fascinated him, but I believe it was so much more. As my friends loaded their cars to leave, I chatted with a park ranger. You know, my dance partner and I have offered workshops for couples. We want men to know how it feels to have a woman follow them and make them feel good about their ability to lead. And we want women to know how wonderful it feels to be treated like a lady. The ranger turned his head and looked at me in shock. There are still women who want to follow a man? Yes, I said, at least Christian women do. In fact, they love it and even long for it. Still in apparent disbelief, the ranger reported, I read something the other day about most women making more money than men, and that most women believe they don't even need men around anymore. I said, that's not true for all women, not the good ones anyway. I replied confidently because I know it's true. Our conversation ended there, but knowing a little about how a man's mind works, I'm pretty sure that park ranger continued to process the whole thing. Fascinated by our dance, wondering what it would be like if he himself could find a woman who would trust and respect him, and if that's even a remote possibility in these days. So, what are your beliefs about submission? And how have your beliefs affected your relationship? Send me a message and let me know your thoughts. I look forward to hearing from you. I'll put the link in the description below, and we'll talk soon.